So let's do a short recap to make sure you understand all of the weird words that I've been using. Twitter is made up of tweets. A tweet is a 140 character or less microblog. This is a tweet. This is a tweet. All of these are tweets. It doesn't have to be a total of 140 characters. It's just 140 characters or less. When you make a post on Twitter, every tweet appears in a timeline on each person's homepage, along with all the other tweets from the people they follow. So for example, on my timeline for this account, these are the people that I follow, and so these are the tweets that I see. I see tweets from Taco Bell, from YouTube, from CNN, all these different people. Oh, and look, there's me. Twitter's timeline is ordered with the tweets as they get older, they get buried further down, because the newer tweets go up to the top. You'll see the latest tweets would always be up here at the top of the timeline, and as it gets older, it keeps on going further and further down. Sometimes the timeline is called the feed or the wall. For someone to see your tweets in their timeline, first they have to become your follower. That means they have to go to your Twitter profile and then click on the follow button right here. And now that I'm following, my tweets are going to appear in this timeline. See, there's my tweets, along with all the other people that this account follows. When you create a Twitter page, you choose a Twitter handle or a username. So for me, my Twitter handle is CalebNation, which Twitter shows as @CalebNation. You can see it at the URL twitter.com/CalebNation. Now look over here at @CalebNation. This is how people communicate on Twitter. If I post a regular tweet over here and say something like, "I love Twitter, this is fun," and then I tweet that, this tweet goes out to everyone. But if I post a tweet with @CalebNation or anyone's Twitter handle at the beginning, and I tweet that, that tweet, which was sent @CalebNation, actually shows up in my replies. So if I switch over to my account, this is how it looks whenever you're logged in as me. I click over here and I click connect. And look, this is in my replies. So I see it pop up over here in my mentions, along with all these other mentions. This screen here is my Twitter profile. I can see my own tweets, and because I'm logged in, when I go to the homepage, I can also post new tweets to my account. There are a few numbers on this screen. This is the number of tweets I've posted. That's over 24,000 tweets. Sounds like a lot, but I'm actually one of the least tweeting people I know, and I started just like everyone, knowing nothing about this site, so you'll see how easy it gets. Next to this is the number of how many people I'm following. And then there's the number of people who are following me. I can customize the design of this page with a profile photo, a header, a bio, a URL, and a background, all of which I'll explain how to do later. Now remember what I said in the introduction. Being shareable is a huge part of the million hit secret. It's not just about the hits you generate, it's about the hits that other people generate for you for free. The key to sharing on Twitter is in retweets. Let's say you post a tweet like this one and it's seen by 10,000 people. And then this tweet was written so well and connected with so many people that 100 of them actually like it a lot. They can then click on this retweet button right here and retweet it. And then this original tweet is reposted onto that person's Twitter profile like this. And it's shared to all of this person's followers as well. This is very important, so I'm going to explain it again. Let's say this tweet right here is seen by 100,000 people. And then 6,612 of those people share it to their Twitter followers as well by clicking on the retweet button right here. So whenever I retweet this tweet and click retweet, that tweet was just shared not only with Taco Bell's 1.01 million followers, but now it was also shared to my 238,000 followers on Twitter. So even more people see it, even if they aren't following the original account. So without Taco Bell even having to convince my 238,000 followers to go and follow them, their message was just shared to everyone who follows me because I retweeted it to my profile. And then the people who see this here can in turn go and retweet it. For example, let's go look and see how many retweets there are. 6,620. Let's see how many people have retweeted it since I tweeted it. Even more people have been sharing it because I retweeted it, my followers saw it, and then they retweeted it onto their profiles as well. This happens over and over again. Every time I refresh this, more people are retweeting it. See? onto their profiles, and then their friends see it, and then some of their friends go and retweet it to their friends as well. And it keeps going and going and going over and over and over again. That's the super sharing snowball effect. One person posts to 100 people, then a few of those people share it to a few more people, and a few of those share it to more followers, like a giant rolling snowball, where if I'm retweeting this and then all these other people are retweeting at the same time, this number just keeps on going up. And every time someone retweets it, it appears on their profile. For example, if I was to go to any of these people's profiles, like this person randomly, see, it appears on this person's profile just as much as it appears on mine. And this person's followers, all 158 followers here, also see this, even though those people may not even be following Taco Bell. The message has been spread to these people through retweets. I've seen tweets before with over 100,000 retweets. That's not how many people read the tweet. That's how many users actively engaged and reposted it to their friends. If each of these people who retweeted the tweet have 10 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or someone with 100,000 or more followers, just imagine and do the math of how many people actually saw this message just because of the retweets. In the beginning, your tweets probably won't get many retweets, and that's okay. There are many ways to be seen on Twitter, and your retweet numbers will grow as you build a following. The important thing is to be retweetable. You have 140 characters to be engaging and call to action, so every single character counts. Much more on this soon in my lesson about writing the perfect tweet. People think I'm weird because sometimes I spend an hour writing a single tweet. I'm not even exaggerating right now. When I announced my book Harken, I spent over an hour writing and rewriting that one tweet, but because I did it right, hashtag Harken was a trending topic. And that's a great segue. A hashtag is a symbol that marks topics in your tweets. For example, whenever I tweet about my book Harken, I always include hashtag Harken. If you're watching the TV show American Idol and you have something funny to share, you can write your tweet and put the hashtag American Idol inside the tweet, just like that. Then, after you tweet this, and you go to your profile, whenever people click right here onto this hashtag here, they're brought to a Twitter search that shows all the other people that are talking about American Idol at the same time using the same hashtag. When a lot of people are talking about the same topic on Twitter, it appears over here in Twitter's trending topics list, right here. You can view the trending topics over here based on the city or worldwide, and the more you narrow the trending topics, though, the less people will actually be watching it. So I like to keep it over here at the United States trends. But just keep that in mind in case the product you're marketing might apply to a certain part of the country. For example, if your product is in Spanish, you can show the trending topics for all cities in Mexico, and it shows you what's trending inside of that country. Now, the Twitter trending topics is a core part of your Twitter marketing. You're probably already seeing why. Because for a term to appear in a list, a lot of people have to be tweeting about it at the same time. Like, let's click on Bill Nye right here. This is a top news story. There's photos. There's all these things that are attached to it. If you click over here and you click all, you can see all these people who are tweeting about it. These are all people that have tweeted within the last few seconds about this topic right here. Sometimes there can be 30,000 or 200,000 tweets being posted about a trending topic at once. When you tweet and use one of the terms in the trending topics, your tweet also appears in the search. So when I go over here and look for American Idol, oh look, this is inside the search for the hashtag American Idol going on right now. You're probably already starting to realize how powerful that is. If you say something about one of the trending topics and one of Twitter's millions of users is looking at the list at that time, they will see your tweet. And if your tweet is written correctly, you'll get clicks from people who've never heard of you before. This tweet is not written correctly, but it's just an example. All of this costs you $0. Now, there's a few more things I want to cover, but I'll make it quick. If you favorite a tweet right here, it doesn't really do that much. It's kind of similar to pressing the like button on Facebook. It just acknowledges the tweet and puts it over here in your Twitter favorites list, which you can find over here. And you click on favorites, and there's the tweet that I just favorited. I'll show you a trick soon that makes favoriting tweets your secret weapon. Over on my profile, this blue check here is called a verified badge. Twitter uses this to show the official accounts of big corporations or celebrities or people who have a lot of fake accounts posing as them online. Currently, there's no way to ask Twitter to give you a badge. They only do it proactively. I've seen people with over 1 million followers who still can't get the verified badge. So Twitter's process is a huge mystery, and you don't really need to worry about that yet. Direct messages, or DMs, are when you send a private tweet to a specific person, which you can access by clicking on the direct message tab way up here at the top. You can only send DMs to a person if they follow you. So I'd make a new message here to my one follower, Caleb Nation. And I tweet a direct message to Caleb Nation. And it sends the message And it doesn't show up over here. It doesn't show up in my profile. It doesn't show up anywhere else. It just shows up as a private message that I've just sent to this other person's profile. And just in case you're worried, even though your tweets are limited to 140 characters, you don't need a fancy URL shortener when you're posting links. Twitter automatically shortens long links to give you more room for tweeting. So for example, in this tweet, there's only 35 characters left. How am I going to fit a long URL here? Well, if I click over here and I just paste the link in, it automatically shortens this long link to fit inside the tweet. It's a lot to learn at once, but the more you experiment with it, the easier it gets.